Shalom Aleichem, meine liebe Freund. Ich heiße Mottel Didner und das ist 15 Minuten Yiddish. Mehr weniger. Jede Woche bringen wir euch eine Mini-Lektie in Jiddisch Sprach und Kultur von dem Nationalen Jiddisch Theater Volksbühne. Welcome back to 15-Minute Yiddish. If you missed any of our past episodes, dage nicht. You can view them all online at nytf.org. Heint wollen wir reden wegen die letzte 5 Oisies in dem Aleph Beis. Reish, Shin, Sin, Tov und Sof. Aber erst lass mir ein bisschen überchasern, was wir haben sich schon gelernt bis jetzt. Once again, feel free to jump right in there. Onsog. Sehr gut. Der Onsog is an announcement. Die Onsogen in the plural. Galicia. Mein Mischproche stammt von Galicia. Gut. Galicia ist ein Rayon zwischen dem heutigen Polen und Ukraine. Sudik. Ja, Sudik means boiling hot. Luxus. Ja, der Luxus means luxury. The Luxusen in the plural. Here's a big word.
Escalatia. Oh, that sounds like escalation.
Ja, the escalatia in the singular, the escalatius in the plural. Well, I noticed last week with kombinatia and calculatia that these are cognates of English words ending in T-I-O-N. Combination and calculation. But in Yiddish, the ending is tzadik, yud,
Yes,
ayin.
these are all
And
modern
these are
words
all
that made their
feminine
way
nouns.
into Yiddish, and you'll come across them quite often. Here's another good word to know.
Fundestwegen.
Close, the emphasis is on the wrong syllable, fundestwegen. And just like its English translation, nevertheless, it is 3 words that are smushed together. Now on to our next letter, reish. It makes the sound r or r.
How does one know when to roll in the front or the back?
Both are completely acceptable at all times. Some people can only roll in the front, and some people can only roll in the back. For some people, it's a matter of what their native language is. Hebrew and French speakers might only roll in the back. Spanish and Russian speakers might only roll in the front. And for those of us who can roll both front and back, we can be completely inconsistent. I personally tend to go on automatic pilot, and the choice is often determined by what the preceding sounds are, whether I'm already using my front or my back articulators. I tend to go the opposite way. So a word like Fabrik, a factory, I tend to roll in back because the reish is preceded by a b in front. But a word like green, I tend to roll in front because g is in the back.
A schönem Dank, darling.
Nicht auf was. Now, back to reish. Hinde, sei so gut.
Reish.
A schönem Dank, Hinde. Let's take a look at a few words that have reish. Scott.
Riesig.
Good. Riesig means gigantic. Der Ries is a giant. Die Riesen in the plural. Wayne.
Central.
Ja. Das Zenral is a slang term for a $10 bill, although it could refer to other currency. In fact, you'll come across this in literature referring to rubles or zloty. A finfer is a slang term for a $5 bill.
Back in my wayward youth, we used to call a $5 bill a fin, and it wasn't just the Jewish kids.
Yep, a fin is short for a finfer, and it made its way into English slang from Yiddish. Nu, noch a moshel mit der Reish. Hinde. Verbrengen. Ausgezeichnet. Ah, Hernor, it's verb time. Today's verb, verbrengen, means to hang out, to spend time together, to have a good time. Note that the prefix fe, pasach aleph reish, is not separable. Once more, we'll go through this verb without transliteration. Let's take a look. Ich verbreng. Du verbrengst. Sie, es verbrengt. Wir verbrengen. Ihr verbrengt. Sie verbrengen. Alle zusammen. Ich verbreng. Du verbrengst. Sie, es verbrengt. Wir verbrengen. Ihr verbrengt. Sie verbrengen. Sehr, sehr good. The past tense of verbrengen is irregular, and it pairs with the helper verb haben. Haben verbrengt. Notice there is no gimel ayin prefix. There is also a variant, haben verbracht. You'll hear both of these in use. Our next letter is shin, and it makes the sound sh. Hinde, sei so gut und schreib shin. Shin. A dank, Hinde. Ot is a wort mit shin. Professor. Ständig. Good. Ständig means always. Und noch a wort. Wayne. Shushken. Well, that's fun to say. Good. Shushkin is a verb meaning to whisper. This is a regular verb, but note that in the conjugation we drop the nun but hold on to the ayin. Ich shushke. Du shushkest. Und so weiter. It's also regular in the past tense. Haben geshushket. Nu, noch ein Moschel. Scott. Oh, Spanisch. Ich red Spanisch. Ich gedenk, der Pfarr hab ich dich gebeten zu lernen. Our next letter is sin. It looks like a shin, but it has a pintle above the left side of the letter. Hinde, sei so gut. Sin starts out like a shin, but we put a dank, Hinde. This is another one of those letters that makes a duplicate sound. In this case, it makes the same sound as samech. Sin is used only in words of Lashon Kodesh origin, so these words will not be written phonetically. Let's take a look. Sophia? Oh, I know this word from Hebrew. Simche. Sehr gut. The simche is a celebration. The simches in the plural. Remember, in a Lashon Kodesh word, a hey at the end of the word sounds like eh. Now this one is a bit tougher. Hinde. Soon? Sorry, I told you this one was going to be difficult. This is one of those Lashon Kodesh words where the vav is pronounced oi, and it looks like there's a shtumar aleph at the end of the word, but it's actually an eh vowel. With that in mind, want to take another crack at it? Soine? An enemy? Ja, Wir kennen schon das Wort. Here's one with a sin and an aleph without a pasach or a kometz, which is a vocalized vowel. You'll probably recognize this word by sight. Murray. Avade, das is Yisroel. Punktazoi. And when you put these two words together, you get Soina Yisroel, literally an enemy of Israel, or an anti-Semite, like Homin. We're coming in for a landing. Just 2 more letters to go. This one is a tof. It's not so tough.
Huh, speak for yourself.
No, I mean the letter tof. Hinde, sei so gut und schreib tof.
What is tough?
A dank, Hinde. Like sin, ches, und kof, tof is one of those letters that has a duplicate sound, this time with a letter tes. And if you see a tof, it's an indication that you're looking at a Lashon Kodesh word. Here's a word that you might recognize by sight. Sophia?
Teure.
Ausgezeichnet. Now let's look at a harder word. I'm going to go ahead and read this one for you. It's pronounced taive. Die taive means passion, the taives in the plural. Note that we don't add a third vov to form the plural, just our last and final letter, which is sof, which means the end. Although ironically, the word sof isn't spelled with a sof. Sof looks like a tof, but we take away the pintle. Hinde?
Und what is sof? It's like a tough, but no.
There are no words that begin with sof. It's most commonly used to form the feminine plural ending vav sof for words of Hebrew etymology, such as die simches und die kales. But you'll also find sof at the end of other words. Here's one that you might recognize by sight. Scott.
Oh, that's emes. We learned that in Hebrew school as emet.
Punktazoi. And this one, not such a polite word.
Does that say what I think it says?
It does indeed. I'm just going to leave this here for the rest of you to figure out on your own.
The kid's all right. He's got a sense of humor after all.
Oh,
Takenmos.
ich bin enttäuscht.
Es ist bloß ein Wort.
Ich verstehe nicht. Was ist das?
Oh, that's Tuchis.
Oh. Nu, das ist der ganze Aleph Base. But we're not quite done yet. Next week we're going to look at diphthongs, digraphs, and a trigraph. Derweil, seid gesund alle. Drei Brüder fahren mit dem Schiff gen Ellis Island. Beryl, Cheryl und Schmerl. Beryl sagt, Brüder, wir dürfen keinen Amerikaner nennen. In Amerika will ich heißen Buck. Cheryl sagt, nu, und ich will heißen Chuck. Und Schmerl sagt, und ich will fahren zurück in Berditschew. Ha?